Oh! Oh! Where? Danik? Yay! Damon.
Karlach! I thought you'd be in the city by now. We were ambushed by cultists. Half of us were captured, the other half ran here.
Off the anvil into the forge. We'll find them. Hopefully.
Wow.
Before you run off into the belly of the beast, there's something I need to tell you. Well, two things. Good news and bad news.
Which do you want to hear first, Karlach?
The good news, obviously.
I only need one more piece of infernal iron to craft an insulating chamber that can make it possible for Karlach to...
Touch people.
Exactly!
Oh my god. It's really happening. It's been so long. We've got the iron. Let's do this thing.
She's covered in
Hang
blood.
on! I think you'll want to hear the bad news too.
Yeah, sure. But first, fix me.
Oh, Karlach.
Please.
Let's let him speak. This sounds important. This can wait with more important things. Give him the iron. Let's let Damon speak. This sounds important.
Fine. Well, go on then.
I don't enjoy saying this, Karlach, but there's no two ways about it. Your engine is going to blow and I can't fix it. I'm not sure anyone can. It's simply too hot to exist here in the material plane.
No.
Unless you return to Avernus for good. This thing is going to blow. Sooner rather than later.
But still, you can give me something that'll let me touch again, right? Safely.
Yes, but
That's all I need to know. Do it. Please.
I think Karlach feels she's living on borrowed time in several ways. Very similar to Gale in a lot of ways, actually. They both have this thing inside them that is going to kill them. The difference is Karlach just wants to feel loved, whereas Gale wants to feel important. Like, not in an arrogant way, just in a he wants his life to matter. Karlach has just fought so much for so long, she just wants to feel comforted before the end. Karlach. There's no point saying the second one. Karlach, did you hear what Damon said? Your engine's going to explode. She heard it. She understands. She has other things that are more important to her right now. Go on. Give him the iron. Let's make this happen.
well, all right. This shouldn't take long.
This is where Eve just sort of reaches over and lightly tries to hold her hand.
Same as last time. You'll need to install it yourself. This should do the trick.
There. So, did it work?
Only one way to find out.
Lay a hand on her, pull her into a hug, kiss her, or stand stock still. Pull her into a hug. No.
Thank you. Can we go to bed now?
Hold on, Karlach. There's something I need to tell you. That engine of yours, it's contained for the moment, but it's just too hot to exist here in the material plane indefinitely. I know you know that, but the thing is, there's a cure. I wasn't making any headway with the mechanics, none at all. The environment here is just too cold to sustain metals like the ones inside you. You have to return to Avernus. For good. Or this thing is going to burn you up from the inside out. And sooner than you think.
The minute I set foot back in Avernus, Zarya will force me back into service. I'm not doing her bidding again. I'd rather die.
I get that, but don't rule it out. The world just might be better with you in it. Even in Avernus. I won't stop trying to figure out a cure, but at this point, I think we all have to face the inevitable.
Thank you. We'll have to make the inevitable then. First things first, Karlach, you have touchback. We ought to celebrate that. We'll have to make the inevitable then.
You read my mind. Thanks, Damon. Really. You've given me more than I could ever repay.
It's been my pleasure. Good luck. Both of you.
No.
Look after yourself, all right?
I mean, something immediately popped into my head. Is the one who might be able to help with this is the guy whose name I cannot for the life of me remember. The obviously sinister guy who offered me a deal and took me to his realm, offering to help with the parasite. He might be able to help. And Eve might be willing to make a deal with him for Karlach.
This is the best day. The best day!
I love that her hair is still doing that thing. Like, it would make sense for it to stop, but at the same time, it's such a cool effect. I'm glad it's still doing it. I'm so happy for you, for both of us, if I'm honest. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you, Karlach.
I'm so happy for me too. Now I just need to find someone to cuddle up to tonight, and I'll be the happiest woman on the Sword Coast.
What about what Damon said about your engine? We need to get you back to Avernus or it's going to blow. I'm not going to say that. Anyone in mind?
I'm not sure. Depends who's got me in mind. Withers was giving me the old eye the other night. Then again, maybe it was just an old eye.
Okay, well, I think maybe we should just, maybe we should just call it a day early today. We're so tired. Oh, you tired, Shadowheart? I'm fine here. Are you tired, Asterion? Oh no, I'm doing just fine. Well, I'm overruling you. I'm tired. I'm so tired. You should go back to camp.
What are you thinking about?
I'm worried what he said. You got your second upgrade. How does it feel? You got your second upgrade. How does it feel?
Incredible. Like I'm really alive. Like we can finally be real. I can be close to you now without fear, without thinking too hard. We can just be.
I've never been more excited. You've earned it. I've never been more excited for anything in my life.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Maybe she was hoping I would have said, I'm happy for you, happy for both of us. But that felt selfish. I didn't want to tie sort of my involvement to this. Like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe that says more about me than it does about anything else. But yeah, I thought it would be presumptive and selfish to say, yeah, your life has just been changed. And I'm part of that. I don't know. Maybe because, as Karlach said, this relationship wasn't real. But, I mean, Eve thought it was, I guess. But Eve also didn't presume to think that she thought it was, which she sort of didn't. So,
the untouchable Karlach is untouchable no more. I'd shake her hand, but she can still snap me in two, so probably safest to skip it.
If death is soon to take Karlach, she should make every moment as rich as the last. Fight viciously, roar loudly, step boldly. She must make herself known.
Is Lae'zel making me like her more? That doesn't seem right.
Poor Karlach. She can finally seek out the touch of another, only to be told she might not have much time left.
Oh, remember you told me night orchids were your favourite flower? Oh yeah. Yeah, she did tell me that. I hope this isn't a romantic thing. Save. Remember you told me night orchids were your favourite flowers?
Rings a bell. Why?
Just so happens I have one right here.
Oh, hells. You didn't pick that by hand, did you? They're deadly poisonous. Joking. They're safe. And beautiful. Thank you. I don't have anything to give you in return, I'm afraid.
I'm sure you'll come up with something. It's just a token. I didn't expect anything. But take it back then. It's just a token. I don't expect anything in return.
Well, perhaps I can come up with something later. All the same.
Oh. To bloom in darkest night. Gift Shadowheart a night orchid her favourite flower. It's got an achievement. Also, that was weird. That was weird. She is happier here, right? Like, that's... She's definitively happier here. Because we couldn't have possibly found the night orchid sooner. And it... Is that actually... that? I think that is actually the inn right there. Interesting. Yeah, so we couldn't have found the night orchid sooner. And she gets it and immediately makes a joke. Something that she has never done before.
I know well the pain of seeing your life's hourglass running empty. Grasping at any means of slowing the grains as they slip inexorably through your fingers. Karlach's fate may be ordained, but her actions are not. She will make each breath count. You can be sure of that.
How beautiful it must be to know you can hold a hand, caress a cheek after going so long without. We'll get Karlach fixed up, right? There's always a way. There has to be.
Yeah, this is an interesting thing, because it's always a thing in D&D, and it's a thing in games in general, but I've noticed it a lot in D&D, where the players assume anything is possible. They assume they are unkillable, undefeatable, anything they want to do is viable. And, like, I have a saying when it comes to D&D that anything can work. It's more referring to, like, hey, I want to play this kind of wacky character, or I want to play a tiefling cleric whose family are dark cultists, you know, and it's like anything can work. It does have a minor asterisk. Some things either shouldn't work or have to work in such a way that they may as well not work at all. That's not really the point. The point is that with something like this, less so with the Gale thing because that's directly tied to the plot, like, out of character, I'm not speaking as Eve, I want to make that very clear. If Karlach died, it would probably not impact the plot much at all. So it might connect, it might tie in with, like, Will's stuff, but Karlach is not a plot-important character so far, it seems. It seems Shadowheart is through her Shah connection through the artifact. It seems Gale is because the game has decided that he's basically the main character. I am because I'm the player, but I don't feel more connected than that. I feel more on the level of Asterion, Will, and Karlach in that I'm just sort of, I'm here, you know? So it's... yeah. It's one of these things where there is no reason for us to be certain that Karlach can survive, and I'm inclined to say she probably can, but I don't know. Maybe this game is going to pull some dark stuff. It's pulled a fair bit of dark stuff already. I don't know. Maybe she can't be saved. But given that this is a high magic setting, given that you can make pacts and deals and contracts, and there is magic, and there is the wish spell, and there is the resurrect spell, there are 1,000 ways in D&D and in a high magic setting like this one that you can do the impossible. So for Eve's thinking about Karlach here, it is sort of a case of, yeah, I mean, we've heard this from one person who has spent time in the Hells, who has worked with Infernal and knows how it works. He thinks there is no way to save Karlach. Eve knows enough about magic to know that there are ways, but she also knows that she doesn't know... She knows that she can't do them. She knows that Gale can't at least currently do them. And she also knows that she doesn't know if there is time to do them. So Eve is going to give everything she can to save Karlach. Like, whether she has hesitation about their relationship, like either Eve or Karlach, if they have any hesitation about it, that's not important. Eve is going to do everything she can, and she would make a pact with that guy, whose name I still can't remember. She would make a deal with him if it would save Karlach. Like, she would. Oh! Oh.
Playtime's over, pet.
Ah, I love this time of year. The dickheads start popping up wherever you look.
What do you want, Mizora?
Drop the attitude and perk up your ears. You've got a new mission. Absolute's cult has gone and grabbed one of Zariel's assets. A devil. And a powerful one at that. They're locked up in the cult's fortress, Moonrise Towers. And you're getting him out.
Interesting. And that's our problem. How exactly forgetting the asset can rot? If this devil is so powerful, how did they manage to get it captured? Oh, that's an interesting question. If this devil is so powerful, how did they manage to get it captured?
Well, your playmate's wasting precious time. Let's see about getting her priorities fixed. Clause Z, Section 13. Should promised soul refuse abeyance or neglect duty, the pact holder shall cast the promised into Avernus as a lemure. I'll make it simple. Will fails or refuses, and he turns to a thick blob of stink flesh and sinks to Avernus. Now, be a good boy and play fetch, pup, or you'll spend an eternity sizzling in the hells.
I mean, my question didn't actually impact anything at all. He didn't in any way refuse. I didn't in any way refuse. I just chose to take the piss out of her devil friend. Oh, God, I don't really want to talk to you, but okay.
The more bullshit she pours, the more of it I'm forced to swallow.
Lovely.
Mizora set me on fiends inside and outside the hells. She's never ordered a rescue. Gods. She makes a mockery of everything the blade stands for. Such an asshole.
I know you are, but what is she? Got him. It's not like you have a choice. Do the mission or rot in the hells. I thought you were supposed to hunt devils. You need to get out of this pact. Any idea who the devil is? I thought you were supposed to hunt devils. Doesn't this violate your contract?
The same thought crossed my mind. I'm only to hunt the infernal, the demonic, and the heartless. But nowhere was it stated that I can't help one. Either we find it, or I'm made a mindless blob clawing at demons on the front line of the blood war.
I mean, yes, it is. If it isn't stated in the contract, you're not bound to it. It also doesn't say you. I'm trying to think of something. I literally can't think of anything off the top of my head. But the point is, the fact that it's not stated that you can't help it doesn't mean you're bound to help it. You can hunt it. She's ordering you to hunt it, and your contract says you must hunt it. But she's then saying, once you've hunted it, do this with it. But your contract just says hunt it. So you could hunt it down and kill it. And that is still within the contract. Unless I have misunderstood, and I feel like you're not going to be very helpful here. That's not going to happen, you mean too much of the circle? Sorry, I've really gone against him now. That's horrifying, so you're bound to be a lemure no matter what. You are everything you accuse Karlach of being. I'm not sorry for you. Wow, I mean... that seems harsh, even with me not liking him. Although he sort of is. And I'm not sorry for him. Do I want to say it? No. No, as much as Eve has turned against him and doesn't like his attitude and stuff, she's still not going to be like that. So you're bound to be a lemure no matter what?
Yes. Unless I find a way to free myself from my devil's talons. I always knew what my future held, and I know I chose right.
Fuck you. As he coughed there because he's not allowed to talk about that. He's not allowed to even say that he chose. Sorry, something's just occurred to me. The Staff of Arcane Blessing. Is that saying that specifically that's my bless? Because I read that as when Eve is affected by Bless, she gains these extra things. But is that actually saying that specifically when you cast Bless while holding this staff? Because that sucks. Alright, I've swapped her for Corellan's Grace, which, while the wielder is not wearing armor, they have a +2 bonus to saving throws. That'll be helpful. I've gone with Lavender Dye for her outfit, which you can't really see there, but I think has a nice bit of colour to it, and it kind of looks like she's wearing jeans, which is kind of funny.
This dark land must be filled with the broken, the beaten, the desperate. The perfect preying ground for a devil who offers a way out for those who sign on the dotted line. I hope we end up seeing our friend Raphael.
Raphael, thank you. Why do you want to see him? I certainly hope we don't. That fiend is far from our friend. He's a lot of fun and could be useful if we tread carefully. I mean, I was literally just saying how Eve would make a deal with him for Karlach, so he's a lot of fun and could be useful if we tread carefully.
Precisely. Exactly. When I was taken to his house, I was caught off guard. But now I know what to ask for. You will help me find him, won't you?
I want to see how this plays out. Your funeral. Not unless you tell me what you're planning, full of bad ideas. There you are. This is definitely one of the worst. Why does he want? I reckon it'll either be freedom from being found by What's-His-Face, or freedom from What's-His-Face in total, the vampire. The power to overthrow him, maybe, becoming a full vampire rather than a thrall. I feel like it's not going to be connected to the parasite. Not unless you tell me what you're planning.
All in due time, but not now. I'm sure he'll turn up at one point or another.
Okay, well I managed to get a frickin' disapproval out of that. Bloody hell. Here's me being like, yeah, we'll find him. And then I managed to say slightly the wrong thing and he turns against me. Hello?
God damn it! Why did it have to be Mizora? Why did it have to be Zariel? We're supposed to risk our necks to get one of her assets? What if it's a runaway like me? Or something far worse?
Will's relationship is transactional. He helps her, she has to help him. Not true. She's helping him by giving him the power to help her. That's the deal. This could end in our favour after what Will sacrificed to save you, which is absolutely sweet FA for the record. If we don't help, Mizora will turn Will into a lemure. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I mean, yeah, fuck Will. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
I guess so. But I'm telling you now, it's a bad idea to play games with a devil. You never win. Not ever.
And this is where Eve looks down at the silver orb she always has hanging from her belt, even during off time. And although that was talking about Will, Eve is suddenly thinking maybe Karlach wouldn't want me to make a deal with Raphael to save her. But like,
How much further can I go?
Is it Karlach's choice to say whether I make that choice? Oh, it's one of those bloody difficult things, isn't it? Like, I've always hated whenever you do something nice to someone, they go, well, I didn't ask you to do that. That is basically never the right response. I always hate that response. I don't think Karlach would respond that way if Eve did make a deal with Raphael to save her. Which, by the way, I don't think that's a mechanic in this game. Like, if this was a proper D&D campaign, that is what Eve would be thinking, and that's what I would go to the DM and tell them. But I don't know if that's the thing. I would be very, very, very surprised if it was. What would be cool is if Raphael was willing to do something for the party, or maybe even something individually, like something for each of them. That could be interesting. I don't think that'll be the case, but I just find that interesting. But yeah, now Eve is thinking twice just because she doesn't want to make that deal and then lose Karlach for having made it. You know? Okay, so I guess I don't do anything particular. I just go to bed. And then something will happen. I hope. Fingers crossed. No? Ah, God.
The voice of the Absolute is strong.
Wow, what are you wearing?
And getting stronger. I don't know how much longer I can resist it. But it's good to see you're making progress.
This is not the lady I wish to be sitting next to in bed tonight.
You took an unexpected route here. You did a brave thing, saving those people in the grove.
Those people in the grove? What, the Tieflings? Wasn't even a choice, they needed my help. It doesn't seem like it help did them much good. The cultists got up with them. It was a waste of time. I didn't do it for them. It wasn't even a choice. They needed my help.
Not everyone would have helped. It just doesn't stop. We are being bombarded by waves of telepathic energy. Wave after wave with hardly a breath between them. I almost dare not rest. Each wave a set of orders to the infected. The order for your transformation has been given many times already. I just hope my powers last long enough to see this through.
Seriously? 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 Because I had a bloody dream? Oh my god. That's really frustrating. Hi. That's frustrating, isn't it, Karlach?
Oh, hi.
Hi. Oh, God, I got bloody cockblocked by my dream partner. God damn. And they even had the audacity to show up in a nice-looking outfit. Oh, that's frustrating. Anyway, I will leave it there, and I'll be back with more soon. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back with more Baldur's Gate 3 soon. Subscribe for more board games, card games, miniatures, and TTRPGs kind of like this. And, yeah, maybe next time, Karlach. She is a fair bit taller than me, I've just noticed. Adorable. Anyway, thank you very much, and I will catch you later.